Cello, cello. Welcome to my channel. Just testing my equipment before I hit my other channels, and also too, I want to let you know while we're in this hat here that the whole Black History Month is just the front. It don't stop. It won't stop, but never ever. Hold on, let me do this. Hold on, hold on. Okay, this is what I came on for. Was to discuss a couple of topics that I did have here. I wish I had somebody to chime in, but it is what it is. First and foremost, because I had a conversation with a particular person, and I'm not even going to go there because you know who he is. And he had the audacity to stand on this platform of him being a high value man. And even, no disrespect to Kevin Samuels, even though this whole red pill energy has thrown people off the plot. Of course, it's good to know your worth, but being realistic is very important because I had to explain to him, yeah, Kevin Samuels was going in, and I didn't catch everything, but I did catch that men wasn't exempt either. So if you was in denial, you was getting a reality check as well. Okay, let's do this one. I'm just freestyling. Okay, so what had happened was I'm confused on somebody who's considered high value without any assets. I mean, it value has to have something to um, collateral, something. Even, even to the point where this person, I ain't never see protect, provide, and the extent to stands on that platform. So, needless to say, we don't talk at all anymore. We really wasn't talking heavy anyway because of his sense of delusion. But I was just trying to at least be in a space where just because I don't agree with you, I don't have to cut you off entirely. But it's starting to feel like that's the case because my brain can only take so much ignorance at a time. And sometimes I entertain it just to follow the plot to see how far are we going to go down a rabbit hole. And it'd be straight to Hades. I kid you not. And the interesting thing he also said, mind you, he's about 7 years older than me. He said that the women that he dates, first of all, I'm too old. Mind you, ill, but the point was he was talking between like 35 to 45 and then tried to create a divide by saying, oh, older women is jealous of younger women. And I had to correct him in the sense that if if a jealous woman is older, jealous older woman is young is little. If a jealous older woman is feel the way of a younger woman, she was always jealous, even as a young woman. She was jealous of other women. It's not the age that did that. Because I'm trying to explain, and me being an older woman, I'm like auntie, I'm a mom, I'm a grandmom, so I don't feel threatened at all because number one, I was always her, like in a sense that my lane was comfortable for me. I wasn't competing with others. I always, of course, in a sense of certain things that I want to achieve, have slowed down because of my family needs, but not because of me of a lack of accessibility, you know? So that in itself was very frustrating because and I explained to him, if anybody believes that philosophy is bigger than that. It's much bigger than that. If a young woman thinks uh older woman is jealous because they have you, that that couldn't be true. That could not. Because at the end of the day, it feels like that's again some propaganda because the real ones don't have that problem. And all I was saying is that if you are a high value man, that's seen and not heard. You know, it's by the actions that he do. Because I know high value men, and they don't talk and move like that fool. Like even down to the physical build. There's nothing that says that he values himself in that way. To sit there and say, "Hey, I need to take him seriously." It just to me is a whole insult in itself. What else we got here? What we got here? Let's see. Let's test these buttons out. Oh my gosh, that was a good one because I kid you not, to me when people call, and somebody a bird, I be thinking mother pluckers is pterodactyls. That's gonna be the sound for that. Okay, what else we got? What else we got? Did we just cover that? Oh, that's laughing. Oh, I used to say that. I used to say, "We're all gonna laugh at you," when he used to say dumb stuff 20 years ago. And I would think that OMG, age do not always bring maturity. So even down to whoever's the young woman, because he did, happen to express that he had a prosella, those. And I don't know if he thought he was saying something. I just was disappointed that that's where he was without anything to back up this value that he was talking about. But neither here nor there to the next subject at hand. Okay, I was saying complexion for protection, as we all know, as just from the way people is moving. OMG. I'm not going to even go into the levels because we just fresh out of Black History Month. But it was a battle. Where first of all, the between West Indians and Africans and everybody who at first was coming at us talking about where you really from. Now all of a sudden want to take this month, it's 28 days, and be all up in this space debating. Like I said before, this issue was never discussed among Asians or European. If somebody say they Polish or Irish, it's not up for debate. If somebody say they Italian, English, Russian, that's what it is. Between the Asians and Koreans and Vietnamese, and they're not all Chinese. So when it comes up to black folks, where they say, "Oh, you're originally from Africa," hey, everybody is okay. But when I'm talking about indigenous, they just found out by running DNA from the oldest really was in South Carolina, and that's where my kinfolk is from. That's where my granddaddy from. Okay, so if it's so many people from back in the days saying it was Indians, where it was up for debate to where the Indians that was able to finagle like Jesse Jackson and a couple of people I know, because I knew a girl whose daughter was able to finesse into the reservation because it is politics, you know, because the more you look at Indians, they go from looking Siberian to straight up Caucasian. Now, listen, it's not up for debate. I'm not doing it. I refuse. I'm not even trying to go back and forth. with anybody because all you have to do is read. You know, ignorance is ignore facts. And I'm not doing it. Okay, what else is here?
Awesome.
Exactly. Okay. So that in itself not happening. Okay. But complexion is not a beauty standard. And that's what I've been seeing so much of. Um, especially among mixed and Anglo or Hispanic, just automatically think because I don't know, the coonified men that sip the Kool-Aid and have to crap on their own to, date outside. That's fine. That's fine. But I seen this woman who I kid you not looked like Pennywise, okay, mixed with the Grinch, okay. Mind you, I'm not even gonna talk about the body because again, I know some thick, fly ones, okay, but she was bad built. And from what was said about her, she was not even clean, can't cook, none of these things. But you cannot tell her she wasn't beautiful because the dude that she had kids with was a self-hating Sambo. Okay. These buttons is driving me. They until I figure it out. This is what I'm doing. Okay. Then it's it's not just her. It's even when I see with Cardi. It's not just her. It's so many women that think complexion is a beauty standard. And it was one chick I remember back in the days who literally made an announcement of her light skinness, but she had like rocky road, like, and then my homegirl Chocolate, may peace be upon her, felt the way, and I had to tap her shoulder and was like, "Look, you're crazy, smooth, and beautiful. This girl skin looks toxic, and you're gonna really let that, neither here nor I understand how it goes because this is the world we live in, but it's corrupt. It's like down is up, right is wrong. So sipping a Kool-Aid is gonna put you down like Jim Jones. You know what I mean? It's like, and not the dude from Harlem. That's another thing I have to explain when I be out of town because I'm incognito. So when somebody hear a little of my accent and assume like, oh, where you from? Up north, I clearly let it be known in Brooklyn. I'm not one of them. I'm not the Bronx where they excuse that N word because they got a Puerto Rican homie or they because we don't do that. We got Puerto Rican homies in Brooklyn. But even when we stopped calling them Germans, they wasn't comfortable using that N word. And then when I go out of town, I let it be known super clear because somebody asked me about Max B being free. I said that ain't got nothing to do with me. I, I'm not Harlem energy. Kid you not. And even with my Brooklyn bread, I wasn't a Biggie fan as well because number one, his lyrics was weird. His homie was weirder. And just the fact that someone who looked like that, okay, and I'm not even gonna go there to what I heard about the smell. I'm not gonna go there. But all I know is when they showed his first BM, and there's no disrespect to her, because to me, she did her thing dealing with that, seriously. But it just more or less looking around like I was always Team Tupac when it came down to that. I can't get caught up in a CIA concocted beef. I cannot. You know what I'm saying? Because even back then, I was well aware before the word was woke was being gentrified. You know what I mean? So neither here nor there. That deserves something here. Oh, it deserved this. I couldn't be the one behind the scenes. I'll be messing everything up. But either way, I'm just testing this out, doing my thing, coming back in because I'm going to get this figured out because I have the other app, but this mother plucker, I can't even pull the stream key, and then the background, all of this stuff got to be finagled, and I'm like, what the beezy? Jeez, I think more than likely, I don't know, I'm gonna figure this out as I go. Last subject I'm gonna do before I close out, because I was trying to get this done before 30 minutes, really 15, but I'm just testing out these buttons, so I knew it was gonna do a little bit longer. What's this? What's that?